Minister Netanyahu, and they not paint a good picture is to the extent that our people are not being able to escape the wrath of his terrorism. So could you give us, could you offer a little clarity on that?
The only thing that I could say about that is don't believe the news. Don't believe the hype that you get from America. Look at other news, and that's one of the other benefits of being here. We can watch the news from France, or we can watch the news from Germany, or we can watch the news from China. We can watch the news from Al Jazeera and other news outlets. We're not just pegged into American news. Know for a fact that a lot of the news that you receive in America has a propagandic sway to.
Okay.
They are trying to make you afraid to come this way, and you should know that.
Yeah, I understand, but okay, what I'm saying is that these people have painted such a bleak picture, and we're not privy to the kind of news outlet that you all are privy to there. And so I know that the only way to resolve that is to actually come over there and see it firsthand experience. So now I understand. So I'm going to ask Brother Michael Long to tell me what's going on. I can get clarity. Right.
Not only that, you can come for yourself, because him telling you and me telling you, obviously you still have questions in your mind, beloved. So the best thing for you to do is come and take a look and see. I can tell you for a fact that you have plain loads of people, Christian groups and things of that nature, that are coming here every single day of the week. And they're not concerned about that. Only our people are concerned about that. And when I say our people, I'm talking about Israelites. Christians don't seem to have that same understanding. As a matter of fact, we just hosted some friends of my wife's parents here, and they stayed here for a week with us. And one of the comments that the brother that was here said was that it's nothing like what he envisioned from the news.
Right.
One of the first things that he remarked was that.
All right. So one other question relative to our sisters and brothers from Ethiopia. Are they being treated fairly relative to their humanitarianism? I'm saying this because that's not what we're getting here in this country. We're getting just the opposite, that our people are being starved to death and all kind of stuff, man.
Like I said,
You want to answer that?
like I said, there's nothing that I can say to you that will convince you.
Oh, I'm
Please.
convinced.
Please come and see.
You know,
Come and see for yourself.
that's what I'm gonna have to do.
I'm trying to come.
We have another
Come on,
question on
Moses.
the
You
floor.
can come and stay with me, man.
I want to.
Here's another question.
For those of us who have our faith but also want to be prepared, can you tell us something about the healthcare system and also more about what we can do before we get there to find job opportunities?
You want to take that, Elder? Or you want me to take it? I'll take it.
I don't know if he's on.
Okay. Well, let me say this. My wife is a healthcare professional, so I have some insight into that. One of the things that you would need to do is to have all of your transcripts and things of that nature, your diploma and all of that translated into Hebrew. And then there's the Office of Education that you would take that to. You more than likely would not be able to step straight into your field. You would more than likely have to take some terminology classes in Hebrew, and more than likely an Ulpan or a Hebrew class to get yourself sharp in the language, because if you're in the health profession, of course, you're going to be dealing with people's lives. So every precaution is taken for you to, to get fully acclimated and registered. As far as the healthcare system, it's similar to in America, where you have the what do you call it? What do you call the system in America where you can pick your own doctor and
The HMO. It's all different now.
it's very similar to an HMO type of system here, where monies are taken from your paycheck every month, and it goes into a fund, and then you go to the doctor and you have a small copay. A recent experience I had, I have a son that was outside playing and fell and broke his arm. So we took him to our healthcare provider. They did the x-rays, but the people who would have put the cast and set the bone were already gone for the day. So then they sent us over to the hospital, which is there's a hospital across the street from my house, and actually went over to the hospital and was able to get seen maybe about 30 or 40 minutes, which I would say I have experience of running into Children's Mercy, and you have run into sometimes even longer waits there in America than I've seen here. We were in and out of there in about an hour and a half with everything done and another x-ray to ensure that his arm was set properly. And we didn't have any charge, even though we went to the emergency room, because we went through the proper channels of going through the HMO first.
Thank you. I have a follow-up question. If you have a career here in the United States and you want to pursue that career in the Holy Land, how do you go about making that transition from here first? How can you set up contacts?
The internet is an extremely powerful tool that we need to use and utilize fully. Get on the internet, find companies that do something similar to, what it is that you're into. And also, as I said, they have an employment office through government offices. And when you go there, you would give them a rundown of what your experiences are, and they will look for jobs in that particular field. I was one of the original hires there in Kansas City at Harley Davidson, and I worked there for many years. And I worked in an area that dealt with robotics. And so I was in manufacturing, so they tried to pair me up in manufacturing once I got here and started working.
Oh, wow. Okay. Great.
I will add that the technical field here, many of the jobs that are, in the technical field are in English. You could get the job speaking English. I, in America, was in the technical field, and the only reason I have not gotten back in it is because once I got here, I did not work for 2 years, and then once I had the ability to work, I jumped right in and started working, and I have not had the, once you, depending on what technology it is, I was a computer programmer, but 2 years can be like 10 years, and so I just haven't had the ability to slow down and catch up. But coming in, as he said, if you're able to use the internet, you can study up in advance, and the transition can be easy because, many of the jobs are in English. In the technical field, and they have many jobs. They have Google here, they have Microsoft, they call
Amdoc.
They have a particular area here that they call the like the Silicon Valley of Israel, basically.
I got like a two-part question. And my first question has to do with, your bills, your creditors, and your if you got bad credit, your credit rating, all that. I know it's kind of a crazy question, but is it that I'm sure it follows you, but how did that work out for you yourself? And my second question, just basically any holy sites that maybe you might have visited that are not, I know they went into the land 1,000 years after Hamashiach and started marking their own holy sites. So, but some of the real holy sites that maybe you might have come across, if you could kind of expound on those if there are.
Can't hear you, sir.
So
Can y'all repeat the question?
To answer the first question, to be totally honest,
Could you repeat the question? Because some of the people in the audience couldn't hear what he asked. So if you could just reiterate, or I'll reiterate. He asked first about credit ratings, and then secondly about the holy sites that have not been tampered with by the invaders.
Okay.
You're in a whole nother system here. So whatever your credit was there, it starts over here. It isn't. They don't carry it over to here in Israel. I mean, and I don't want to say this, but I don't want to say it like I'll just say that, hey, the loans that you may have there are not the same here. They're not gonna be concerned about any debt that you have in America. Now, Babylon may try to reach his hand and get you, but as far as here, I don't care if you had a $100,000 student loan. That means nothing here. As far as the second question, as far as the holy sites, to be totally honest, I mean, this land is absolutely amazing, and whether it be standing on Mount Zion or the Mount of Olives, which literally has olives on it, the Galilee is just absolutely beautiful, and I mean, I don't know, it's Israel is one of the most beautiful. I don't know. I mean, just the sunset, sunrise. We've been to the Live Sea. You would call the Dead Sea, which is the lowest point on earth, and you can just lay back in it. And many people have said once they got out of it, how rejuvenated they felt. And that sometimes lasts for days.
Just keep that water out your eyes.
Keep don't go up in there freshly shaved though. But there are many sites. This is the place of the Bible, and so there are many. Almost all the cities you can read something about in the scripture. I mean, whether it be Beth Shemesh, where the Ark of Covenant went when the Father was plaguing those who were in the city of Ashdod, the Philistines plaguing them, and then they put the Ark of Covenant on, basically, and had it. Had it carried away, I guess you could say, with cattle, and it went into the city of Beth Shemesh. I mean, there are different cities here that you see stories of in the Bible, and so whether it be Beersheba, where Abraham made the 7 wells and all over. I mean, really, this whole land has has history connected to it.
That's how I would answer it. I don't so much individualize a particular site. I just say that the entire land is a site, and anywhere and everywhere that you would venture, as my brother said, you will find some type of history or some type of markers or things of that nature, and you would see names of places that you read about in the scriptures many times. And I'm glad that y'all heard that. Surprise, surprise, surprise. You don't have to worry about that bad credit.
I actually thought about that.
Hold on, though. I got a question. Before my wife go to sleep, do any of the sisters have questions that they would like to field to a woman?
We got a sister about to ask a question, but I don't know if it's geared towards women.
I mean, a female particular type of a question before she goes to sleep, because I don't know if you all know, but it's now about 11:40 p.m. here.
Lila Tove, Nicole.
My question is that, like, is there any difficulty if you're experiencing, like, say, like, I'm nervous, but I would like to go back to the homeland, but how would you do that? That's a major transition. Where do you begin as far as coming from the United States and trying to enter into the Holy Land?
Once you get there,
The reality of it is still stands as we've already answered questions that were maybe worded different, but basically with the same question. Come for a visit first. Come and take a look.
Passport.
Get your passports in order. Get your ticket. Come for a visit. When you come for your visit, try your best, if it's affordable for you, to at least have your feet on the ground here for 14 days. Remembering that your travel is going to be one day in the hole going and another day coming. So I believe that the best way that you can make yourself a believer, that you can do it, that it's something that you can handle, is to come for a visit. And you already have brothers and sisters here waiting on you. Something that wasn't available to those who came before us. They came in straight up on faith. One is here now. I don't know if he's awake.
We're all trying our best.
Part 2.
Okay, how do we get a hold of you all, like as far as the internet, like will we be able to get that information from the brother here, just to be able to contact you all in case we are inquiring about trying to take that trip?
Absolutely, we're available. As a matter of fact, I pray that everyone who's in attendance today is coming into the class that we have every week. If you are not coming to the class, then I would suggest that you do, because there are times when these type of things are spoken about in the class. Not only that, you want to build bridges across to us as you get.
Hello?
Mikael. I'm saying, yeah, it's dropping. Okay, hold on. Let me do this. All right, give us 1 second. He's talking about a Pal Talk chat room that we have every Sabbath. We open up in prayer at 7 a.m.
Hebrew Vision.
It's called Hebrew Vision, and then we go pretty much for a good moment. But we do have it weekly, 7 a.m. on Pal Talk, You can download it on your smartphone. You can download it on the computer, and it's in our ethnic group room as well as the African American room, and it is called Hebrew Vision. And we send out weekly emails as well based on the lessons that are given. So we'll get that information out too. I'll email that out.